Hello future makers, welcome to TeacherPreneur. Learning phonics is like learning the architecture of words, and if you master that, you can master any language. I understand that teaching languages or subjects is easy as compared to teaching phonics. You have to ensure that each and every child gets the pronunciation correct, they spell it right, they use it right, and so much more. After all the love that we've received to this video where we give a demo on how to teach phonics, in today's video we are going to learn some tips on how to make your phonics teaching interesting. I promise you, if you follow each and every tip mentioned in this video, teaching phonics will be very easy for you. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. Tip number 1 is to always start with a story. Stories are something that every age group finds interesting. We all love to listen to stories, right? So, whenever you're teaching phonics, the first thing that you should do is to make a story where the sound that you want to teach is repeated multiple number of times. For example, if you have to teach the sound of the letter J, you could start something like this. Jack and Jill went to get a jug of water because they wanted to make jelly. Do you see how it is? I use the j sound maximum number of times in the sentence. In this way, you could make a short story where the sound is used multiple number of times. Because the more you use it, the more it will be bombarded to the student in an interesting way, and they will also try and find that sound as far as possible around them. Once the child is used to the sound with the help of your story, the next step that you should do is to introduce an action that's relevant to that sound. If you're really smart, you will try and imbibe the action within your story so that in continuation, the child will learn the action while listening to the story. For example, while ending the previous story, I could say, as soon as the jelly was prepared, the jelly started jiggling. You know how? Like this. This is how they will learn that j. This is the action that I associated with the sound after I introduced the sound to them with the help of a story. So, whenever you are teaching phonics, first comes story, then comes action. Once the child understands how to do the action and how they can associate that action to that particular sound, whenever they hear that sound, they will do that particular action, and it will be very easy for you to progress further in the journey of phonics. Whenever you are teaching phonics to small kids, they are very much elated to music. So you could try and use this while teaching phonics and connect the sounds in a rhyme. I would really suggest taking the help of rhymes to teach phonics sound. Something like jelly and jam, jiggling on the plate. Oh, how do I eat it like a jet. This could really help because most of the sounds are being covered in the poem, plus there is some sort of rhyming and there's action involved too. My next tip will be to use as many teaching aids as possible to teach phonics. You could either make those teaching aids or take it from the market. Flashcards, pictures, drawings, anything and everything will do. But whenever a student sees something, then they'll register it faster in their mind.
Hey future makers, if you wish to get flashcards for free, you must visit our website www.teacherpreneur.in. Once you sign up and fill in your details, you will get all the flashcards from A to Z for free. Log in now.
If you want us to make a separate video on the teaching aids that we could use while teaching phonics, let us know in the comments and we will surely make one. Or sometimes you could also get an actual thing in the class, like getting a leaf, getting a lock is very easy. So you could get actual objects in the classroom and make the teaching learning fun. The next way to teach phonics is through games. Is there any child who doesn't fall for games? Whenever you tell them that today we are going to play a game, they are super excited for the class. Use that excitement to teach sounds. A simple game that I play in my classroom is sit up and sit up. I'll try and use multiple words in the class, and whenever they hear a particular sound, they have to sit, otherwise they have to stand. For example, whenever you hear the sound of the letter B, that is B, you have to sit down, otherwise you have to stand. Let's start. Fan, van, ladder, cab. See, most of you sat. Let's continue. Bat, ball. Such games help the student to understand the sound, identify the sound, and know how to use it in a particular word. The next way to teach phonics in classroom is to either use a puppet or a mask. Kids love learning through these, and if you use them in your class, interaction will be very high. You could demonstrate and practice sounds with the help of these, or you could also make a game out of this. A pro tip over here is to get the fictional character to make mistakes and let the children correct them. Wherever a child can apply what they have learned, that's the only way to understand that your teaching has been well. Okay class, what is this? Who am I?
No. It's a dog.
A dog. Very good. Do you hear the duck sound in dog?
Yes.
Yes? Amazing. Okay, now Tommy the dog will say a few words and you have to say whether the duh sound is present in it or not. Okay class, Tommy the dog is asking which word says quack 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 quack.
Duck.
Tommy, my class thinks the answer is duck. Correct? Okay, Tommy is very happy with your performance. Okay class, Tommy is asking me what's the opposite of wet?
Dry.
Dry. Tommy, they think it's dry. Correct. Whoa, it's dry. So, now Tommy is asking, do you hear the duh sound in dog, duck? Yes? Very good, Tommy. Now my class knows what's the duh sound. Thank you for your help. See you soon. Another thing that you can do with such puppets is to let them ask questions to the students, and the students will be keen on answering to this person rather than to their teacher. This adds some unusuality in the classroom and it really helps. Okay class, Mr. Patel is asking, do you hear the f sound in the word fan? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Very good. Oh, okay. Okay class, Mr. Patel is asking, do you hear the f sound in fish? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, very good. Okay, listen. Mr. Patel is asking, do you hear the f sound in grapes? Yes or no?
No.
No? Mr. Patel, the class thinks there is no f sound in grapes. What do you think? Oh, he's saying you're correct. The next thing that you must do is to ask the students to come up with words where those sounds are heard. For example, you could ask the students to get as many things as they see around them which starts with the sound G. This could be an interesting activity because when the students go home, they will try and find out as many things as possible that starts with G, and this is how they will remember the sound and they will understand how to apply it in daily life. When I did this activity, many students got grass, games, grapes and all of it in the class. It was really fun and interesting. Remember, you have to always start teaching small kids about sounds through initial letters. So if you've observed that throughout the video, I have used as many words as possible that start with a particular sound because kids tend to pay attention to the start and not to the end. Gradually, when they grow up, they will understand that each word could have multiple sounds and they could use it accordingly. So, rather than making a practice of teaching A for apple and B for ball, try and teach them A in apple and B in ball. Once the student gets used to this, it will be very easy for him or her to understand the sounds and the letter associated with that sound. One more tip that I would like to give you is to revise the sounds as many times as you can. Remember, in the start when you're teaching just A, B, C, it will be easier to revise. But I've seen many teachers who forget to revise as and when they progress throughout the year. If the kids are learning new sounds and they forget the old sounds, then there is no use of teaching phonics. So, you have to make it a habit of practicing the phonics sounds daily. The next tip is to make phonics sounds a daily routine. So, whenever a student tells about anything, try to make it a fun and interesting game. For example, class, it's lunchtime. It's time to open your tiffin. So now you all can start having your food while I drink my water in the bottle. You could also involve the parents in this game and tell them to train the child in that way, because this is the only way that the child will practice and learn. So that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching the whole video. At the end, I would only like to tell you that it's the teacher who makes the difference and not the classroom. With all the tips that we've shared in today's video, we hope that teaching phonics is not a hard nut to crack anymore. If you want to enroll in our course PhonicPreneur, where we train teachers and parents on how to teach phonics, make sure you visit our website www.teacherpreneur.in to get all the details. Remember, PhonicPreneur is a live class where you and me meet every day for 2 weeks and we master the art of teaching phonics. All your doubts that you have regarding teaching phonics will be cleared in one go because we take only limited people per batch. So if you want to enroll yourself in PhonicPreneur, make sure you visit the website. The link is in the description box.